Let's talk about them next. 49ers versus Chargers. Who need this win more? Both of them. Well, 49ers are 4-4. Chargers are 5-3. Both teams. The Chargers don't look like they're playing like they're 5-3,
Mm-hmm.
but yet they're 5-3. Right? Like if I didn't look at nobody's record, you'd ask me what the Chargers at. Oh, I think they like 3-5. What's the record? They 5-3. They gotta win a record. Okay. So I think who need this win more. It's probably it's crazy because the AFC is more deep. So you could say it's the Chargers because they might have to win more games to get into the playoffs than the 49ers have to win. Because I don't think the Giants want to continue their trend. The 49ers are that type of team that's like, let's get in the playoffs and we're gonna just go from there. Like we good. We don't need no number one seed, we don't need no number two seed. We just need to get in the dance and we're gonna get to the NFC championship. All right. So I'm gonna say the Chargers need this game more. Because the Chargers, you got you look at the AFC East. You got the Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins, all with 6 wins. There's only three wild card spots. The
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs most likely the Chiefs got 6 wins too. Chargers can still win that division, but you're gonna be battling with the Chiefs for that division spot. So let's say the Chiefs win that division. Now you're crawling. You're fighting with the Jets and you're fighting with the Dolphins, right? And then in the what's I'm trying to think. The Titans division, only one coming out of that division, and that's it basically. So the Chargers they actually on track, but I think that they're gonna have to win more games to get into playoffs. We look at the NFC. Well, you know what? Now I think about it, it's probably it's probably y'all. It's probably y'all because it's more crowded. You got the Giants with 6 wins, I believe, right? Or 5 wins. You got us. We got 4 wins just like y'all. The Seahawks. You got to worry about the Cardinals, Falcons. They all got 3 wins, 1 win above y'all. I mean, one win behind y'all. So the NFC might be more. So y'all might need this game more because if y'all do lose this game, because if the Chargers lose, they 5-4. But if y'all lose, y'all 4-5. Y'all falling behind. So I'm gonna say y'all.
That's absolutely where I was going. Us. It is mainly because of the games we've lost and the games that we could have won. I still think we should have been able to beat the Falcons. Yes, I understand that we had some people out, but we should have been able to beat the Falcons. And that's again that we dropped the ball on. Our defense played great against the Broncos, and because of Gimme Jimmy, we lost that game. So that's two losses right there. We should at least be 6-2 right now, at least, because I can see where we lost game one, Trey Lance's first game. His first not his first NFL start, but his first NFL start where he prepared in the whole offseason. So, he's actually coming out there. Then, he lost that game. Then he got hurt the very next game, even though we won that game. But it's just some of the losses I'm dumbfounded about 'em. Like
Mhm.
I don't get it. The Chiefs, I make sense. It's the Chiefs. Like I get that, but I still think we should have been able to beat the Broncos and the Falcons. That's a game that we should have. Those are two games. Two games we should have won. And then the Rams, I can't really say too much about them. We beat them all the time. 8 straight regular season wins, and because of a drop pick in the NFC Championship game, they beat us last year. So, um, but yeah, I definitely think we need to win it more. I mean, I think we have the tougher schedule in my
Yeah,
eyes.
tough schedule.
We still have to play. Like I said, we play the Chargers tomorrow night. Then we got to play the Cardinals right after that on Monday night. Then we play the Saints, who has always given us issues, whether they have a good team or not. Their defense has always given us issues. The Dolphins are
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins now, so we got to worry about that. Then
Mm-hmm.
we're at home against the Bucks. So even though Tampa plays bad, it's Brady. So you never know what can happen when he comes against us. And it's like I said, it's our core. I don't like to say Jimmy will be always be the reason we lose, but he's always the reason you never know if we're going to win or lose because you don't know what Jimmy Garoppolo is going to show up that day. And I'm not always going to put it on him. I got to put it on Kyle Shanahan too because he's not always calling the right kind of plays in order to put Jimmy in a chance to be successful. So It all depends on that. And then we got to play the Seahawks again, who's going to win a division. We play
You
the
think
Commanders.
so?
They're winning the division right
Oh, they're
now.
winning. Okay.
So they're ahead by, even though we beat them even though we thrashed them the time we played them, we beat them 27-7. We played them early in the season, but I think they're playing different now than they did at that game. And then I think the easiest game we have is against the Raiders. Even though we played the Commanders before that, I still think that the Raiders is an easier game than the Commanders. So I think we definitely need this win because we don't know how many wins. We don't know which one of these games we're going to win or lose. So we need to get piled up as many wins as possible so we can at least not be in the position we was in last year, where if we would have lost that game, we would have been out the playoffs and the Saints would have been in. So we don't need to put ourselves in that position again this year. And I'm telling you now, if something doesn't happen this year, next year Kyle Shanahan need to be on the hot seat.
You think so? Put him in a hot seat or bring him over here. I'll take him.
Hey, all I'm saying is look at our team. Look at all the injuries we've had. He's every single season he's been there. We've had a terrible amount of injuries. Even the year we went to the Super Bowl, it's a terrible amount of injuries, and it's always key players. Jason Verrett was supposed to come back this year. Now he's out for the season again. I still put it on him that he's the reason that Trey Lance is out for the season because he ran him up the middle when you don't need to do that. He's not that kind of quarterback. He hasn't been through that kind of punishment. So why would you do that? So, and we haven't, and the 49ers is about winning Super Bowls. That's all we've been ever about. If you get rid of Jim Harbaugh after 4 years, why are you keeping Kyle Shanahan for 6? That's my thing. So Jim Harbaugh started us off better than what Kyle Shanahan did, and we had winning records until the last season where we went 8-8 with Jim Harbaugh. We've had maybe 2 or 3 losing seasons with Kyle Shanahan. So,
but then y'all get rid of him for like something else. It wasn't for his performance though.
No, it wasn't for his performance. It was for something else. But what I'm saying is his performance was good enough to where you still should have kept him at least for another season. He had one bad season and he was 8-8. It's not like he went 6-10 or 5-11. He was 8-8. So,
I like Kyle Shanahan. If y'all get rid of Kyle Shanahan, y'all crazy, David. Because you look at NFL, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's hard.
It is hard to win a Super Bowl.
Look at Andy Reid, bro. Andy Reid was with Philly for all those years. He gets his quarterback and he finally wins the Super Bowl. So if y'all there at the door, he's not the reason why y'all losing. Y'all handicapped at the quarterback position. So.
But he's having his choice at who his quarterback is. Isn't that the same thing with Frank Reich? Frank Reich has chosen who he wants his quarterback to be.
No, Frank Reich teams melt down at the end. That's what they do.
That's true.
It was a team. There's a team meltdown. Kyle Shanahan's team actually progressed in the playoffs, get to the NFC Championship. Y'all were underdogs against the Cowboys and against the Packers, and y'all won both of those games.
Yeah,
and y'all won a Packers game strictly off of coaching, like off of capitalizing on opportunities.
That's true.
So I wouldn't get rid of him. If you want to get rid of him, listen, send him back to DC. All right, I'll take him in a heartbeat.
I said after next season. I didn't say this. I said after next season. The reason why I said after next season because Trey Lance will be back, and it all depends on how the season ends this year. If we don't win a Super Bowl and Jimmy's gone and Trey Lance is the quarterback next year, then depending on how he develops Trey Lance, then something got to give. If he puts Trey in another position where he's hurt again, I think he got to go.
All right. Yeah, he better do that. Yeah, cause I want to see Trey Lance flourish. Like I said, I get them RG3 feelings when I think about him. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all the next episode.